Hey guys, I'm back for a weekly makeup bag video. I just woke up from a nap, so I'm kind of like all over the place, but I wanted to get this video recorded and out there for you guys, so I'm just going to go ahead and put it out there. I know I don't look the best, but hey, this is real life. So I got this palette cheaper than its regular price. It was on sale at Ulta a couple weeks ago. They had like a flash sale for it, and I had really wanted this palette, but I had put off getting it because I thought I have so many palettes, I don't really need it. I should just save my money and just wait. But then when it went on sale, and then I used my Ulta points, I got it for like $18 or something. I had to pick up this Pirates of the Caribbean palette. So it's really cool with the little compass on it, and I really do love it. This is a cool tone palette, and I love the colors in here. So you get this little alter ego liner pencil, and then you can see all the shades there. They're all really pretty, and I've come up with so many good looks with this palette. You can use it with other palettes if you want, but I liked just mixing this palette, just the colors in this palette together. Came up with a lot of cool looks. Obviously you have to like those cool tones or you won't like this palette, but I really enjoyed it this week. Also, I went back to using my Love Flush Blush collection, and this is the wardrobe that has 7 of the shades in here, or I'm sorry, 6 of the shades in here. And so what I did was I just went through and used one for each day of the week, and it was nice because I could just throw it in my bag and I didn't have to worry about what color I was going to use that day. I literally just went down the line. So Monday I wore this, Tuesday I wore that, and so on. And then I just matched my eye to the cheek color, and it's so many different colors. There's some peachy ones, some pink ones, more of plum toned ones. So I really like this because it's great for travel. It has so many different shades, and you can always just mix and match if you want to make your own customized color. So I really love this little wardrobe, and I would recommend getting that if you can still get it. Next up, I was using this Milani Baked Bronzer, and this is in the shade Glow, and it is like an orangey shade, and it has the gold uh, shimmer throughout, and it's really pretty. It's great for summertime. It's not too deep on my skin. It's not too light, too orangey. It's really pretty, so I've been enjoying that one. And I also, for cheek colors, went back to my Strobe of Genius palette from NYX. And this is 7 highlights. So again, I used one for each day of the week. I just went through and used Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, however. And I forgot how much I love this palette because of the different colors in it. And you have this purple and this yellow, and then you have some deeper bronze, pinks, just really, really great. And I really love it. I recommend this palette. I thought it was limited edition, but it's not. You can still pick it up. So I recommend it because it's so shimmery and so pretty. And instead of buying, say, like a Moonchild palette from Anastasia, which has a lot of crazy colors, like you can get a purple in here and some different shades, you know, if you want to try to venture out, but you don't want to go too far out. So that is a great palette, and I do recommend that one. For powder on the face this week, I was using my Invisible Finishing Loose Setting Powder in the shade Madison from Fiona Styles. Now this brand is going out of Ulta, and I was able to pick this up on sale. It does come with a powder puff, and then inside is your powder. I really love this powder. It's not too heavy on the skin, it doesn't look cakey, and I really just love this. I have this and a translucent version of this, so I was so happy that I picked these up because I think these are great powders. The color one I like to use in the summer just to add a little bit of glow, and in the wintertime I like to use more of the translucent because it adds powder, but it doesn't add more of that color to me, and it doesn't make me look darker. You know, for example, if I have a lighter foundation, this is a little bit darker color. I just like having a translucent powder, and then that way it doesn't deepen up and doesn't look odd, you know, because this is tan, but my skin in the wintertime obviously isn't tan. So I really enjoy that powder. Um, Another face item is this Hourglass Ambient Lighting Edit Palette. This was from a couple years ago, and I have done some damage. I have these two all completely used up. I've been using the top row as glow all over the face. After I use my powder, I go back in with these and just set the face to add a nice shimmer to it. Then I was using these two as blushes and that as bronzer, and I did some damage to it. I definitely worked through it, but there's so much blush and bronzer product in here that it's going to be a while before I finish those ones up, but just went back to that. I really enjoy this palette, and I know it's a limited edition, so you can't get your hands on it, but if you have this, go back to using it because it's such a great little palette. I'm just going to name a couple other limited edition products while I'm on that page. I went back to using my Becca Jaclyn Hill palette. I know there was a lot of controversy with this palette, but mine was one of the good ones, and it is so pigmented. When I wore it, I was just thrilled again. So it's kind of hard to show on camera because it's very shimmery, but these three down here are mattes, and then these two are shimmers. I really like the pigmentation of these shadows, and I just have so many good looks that have come out of this. I want to go back to using this more because I think it is a great little palette, and it's a nice staple palette to just use for everyday looks. It's not going to be too heavy, it's not going to be too over the top. It's just nice, natural, and shimmery looks, and I know, again, you can't get that, and there was some controversy when it was out, whether they were all the same factory or not, and how good the quality was. Mine was good, so I will continue to use that and love that. And then this Too Faced Nikkie Tutorials, The Power of Makeup. I really dipped into this for the first time recently. I hadn't used it because when I got it, I used it like once and then I just wasn't in love with it, so I kind of put it off to the side, but I went back to using it and I actually really liked it. So it comes with two blushes, a bronzer and a highlight, and then the other 9 are eyeshadows at the top here, and I came up with some really pretty looks. So I did pair this with another palette. I think that's the best way to use it and get through some of these other colors, and so you're not using the same transition and all that all the time. But I do like this, and I love Nikkie, so I'm glad that I purchased that. From contour, I was using the Tarte's Contour palette. I really love this palette. I've dug into these colors so many times. You've probably seen this in I don't know how many makeup bags, but I use this under the eyes. I use this as my contour, and sometimes I'll go into this as a blush. The other colors I really don't use. Sometimes I use this under the eyes, but this dark one I really don't use that a whole lot, and this one I don't really use either. I will in the future, but as of right now I'm just really focusing on these two colors and kind of trying to hit pan on those because I've done a ton of damage on this palette, but I've still not hit pan. And then an eyeshadow palette, I use this Pink Fizz Chocolate Bar eyeshadow palette from Makeup Revolution, and they have a lot of these chocolate bar palettes. I thought this was going to be similar to the Too Faced Chocolate Bonbons palette, but it really kind of stood on its own. It has a nice mixture of neutrals and some pops of color in there. So as you can see, you have a deeper like a blueberry plum there, an icy blue there, a couple purples and a pink down here. Just some really pretty colors. So I was really happy to pick this up and use it, and I really like the pigmentation on this. I think Makeup Revolution always does a really nice job on their eyeshadows, and honestly they're more shimmery than a lot of high-end palettes that I have. So I continue to love Makeup Revolution and their products. This is one of my favorite things. It's the Tarte Clean Slate 360 Creaseless 12-Hour Smoothing Eye Primer. I love this. I think it's so great. I've talked about it many times. It gets rid of the eczema on my eyelids. It helps it not flare up, and just a really great primer that helps my my eyeshadow stay all day long. I went back to using the Milani Retouch and Erase Light Lifting Concealer. I like this. I know there were some mixed reviews on it. It doesn't give the fullest coverage, but I do like it. So I continue to use it. I'm just going to put it off to the side for right now because I do have some other concealers I want to work through. So it's good. It's not great. Would I repurchase it? Probably not, because I like some other concealers better, but it is a nice one. I went back to using my Tarte Amazonian Clay Highlighter in the shade Sparkler, and this one is a little bit deeper, but it looks really nice on tan skin and bronzed in the summer. It just looks really pretty, and it's super shimmery, so I went back to using that one. I also went back to using my Japanesque Champagne Gold Highlighter. This looks really natural in the pan, but on the skin it gives a nice glow. It's not really over the top glow, so I guess it is more of a natural highlighter, but it is just so pretty, and I think it's great for lighter skin tones, so I love that one. And I also used my Tooth and Nail Cosmetics Sailor Moon Collection highlighter. This was a limited edition, and this is in the shade Moon. So it is a white with a pink shift to it, and it's so pretty. I love Sailor Moon. I love this little compact, and I'm so happy that I picked that up. And last but not least are some lip products I was using. So I was going through my lipstick Vice stockpile and using some colors from there. So I have the shade Trance, which is a metallized brown shade, and it is very glittery, and I love that shade. It's just so, so pretty. I also used the shade ZZ, which is a cream, and this is more of a pinky purple shade, which I love, and it's a little bit more daring. And then the last shade was Gubby, which is a metallized, and this is a real light peachy toned with a lot of glitter in it, and I really like that on the lips too. It adds such a nice shimmer to it. I went back to using this lip sculptor from Tarte. This is a lipstick and lip gloss all in one. This is in the shade VIP, which is just so pretty for daily wear. It's a deeper pink shade, and then same with the gloss, a deeper pink, and it's just nice to throw on the lips. It's one of those like lip colors that you don't have to think about, which is really nice, and I love that. It lasts a really long time. And then the last one I had was this Wet n Wild Ring My Bell Bottoms, and this was one of the Christmas limited edition colors. This is a yellow shimmer, and it's really good on its own, but you could also use this as a lip topper. So those are the products that I was using this week. I have a lot of things I'm trying to use up now, so I don't really want to just throw them in here and say I'm going to be using these because I keep switching my stuff around. So instead, I'm just going to cut the video here. I'm going to update you guys next week with what I did use, and we'll just leave it at that. So I hope you guys had a nice week. I hope you continue to enjoy these videos, and please come back and see what I'm using next week, and subscribe if you haven't already. I like to, always chit-chat about makeup, so I will be here if you will be here with me. We can keep chatting about makeup. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.